MDawg Gaming.
Welcome to MDawg Gaming. We're gonna do a match here. We're playing with a Constructed Warrior deck. It's got it's a deck that's got a lot of the warrior abilities in it, and mostly low-cost minions. A lot of them Murlocs. So it can be an annoying deck, and can do okay as we've gotten since the reset here in ranking this a couple days ago. We've starting to get back up in ranking a little bit, so could be a difficult match if they've got a good constructed hand, but just kind of playing with this warrior constructed deck. Thought I'd record a video to see how it goes. Alright, so we've got our weapon. We definitely want to keep that. Deal 1 damage to minion and give it +2 attack. That can be really good, and the Murloc will keep. So we'll take that as a starting hand. We're going first. See what we draw here. Sure, we'll go ahead and rush with some early Murlocs, I guess. We're playing against a shaman, so if he wants to use the resources, he probably will be able to take them down pretty easily early on. But we'll go ahead and get some of those cards out of his deck if he does. On our second turn, we could bring out the Tide Hunter, which will not only give him but summon another 1/1. Problem with that is if he has an ability that takes and destroy and does damage to all minions at that point. Now that's an interesting choice as well. Give him 3 attack. We don't want to trade with his totem. We'll just hit him with it. Next turn we'll have 3. If for some reason the Murloc's still there, we could bring those out. With that, we'll go ahead and take weapon and just go ahead and hit him once. Now he can trade with us if he would like and take our Murloc out with his totem, or if he wants to. Now he's got taunt up. Using our weapon on the taunt is a bit of a waste of 1 attack because it only has 2 health, but it doesn't damage us any to do that. So we can go ahead and do this. Don't think we're going to go all in though. The only problem with this is that we're, slowly putting our Murlocs out, which means if he's taking them out as he goes, they're not going to have the benefit of... Oh, that's a weird play, unless he's going to have a taunt come up. Okay. I mean, we will happily trade this summoned Murloc for something with Wind Fury, obviously. We don't want to hit that. That's a real waste of the 3 attack. And plus we would take 3 damage for really nothing. So we'll trade there. Now the only question is, do we want to pull out and give this 3 attack? Or I think we would rather, even though we won't get charge on anything new this turn, you'd have to be pretty aggressive to get that off the board. So we'll go ahead and do that. And again, he hasn't traded yet. That's weird. Okay, so we'll just see what he does now. We could have killed him, his totem, with Inner Rage, but I really like to hold on to those cards for we have a couple of cards in our hand that have the enrage effect, so we'd like to save those. So that's a good play. He goes ahead and takes care of that, but we're obviously going to use this to take out. We don't want to leave the Flame Tongue Totem out. It's very powerful if you surround it with some good minions. Now, he took out the card we had out that gave charge to our other minions, so anything we play right now will not have charge. We could go ahead and burst this up to 3 damage. That is a constant effect, so if he doesn't take it out and we play more Murlocs the next turn, they would also have it then. So I think we'll do that. We'll get charge. We'll give some benefit to this Murloc, and so now we're up to 7 damage. Not a bad turn there. Now we've got 3 and then 2 1s. This would be a really good time for him to do one of the abilities that does 2 damage to 2 random enemies or something along those lines, and clear at least a lot of our board. He may... Okay, so he's going to freeze that one, and now he can do... That only costs 1 mana. Now he can do either another freeze that would then destroy it, or he can do something to do 2 damage. He still has 2 mana left. He's playing very slow right now, which means he's probably just biding his time until he can really unload. So if we attack that there, maybe we want to go ahead and trade with his totem. Or we could take his totem out with Inner Rage. I think we'll go ahead and attack there. I think we'll just go ahead and attack. We'll let him do the trading if he wants to with his totem. I mean, you don't want totems to get out of control, but at this point there just doesn't seem to be I don't sense that they are on the verge of getting out of control. If he wants to keep taking the damage from us, it feels like he's just trying to coax us into something, and then he's going to pull out a really big card. So now he's got... The smart play here, I would say, would be to take out the 3 attack, yeah. And so we have to take, or we will want to take out the Wind Fury. So that would give that a bonus attack. Just doesn't have charge. So now that sort of makes us question, do we want to... We might do this instead.
For Hellscream!
Again, he's at a point where if he has any of his shaman spells to wipe this board, it would be a good time to do it. The only thing we have is this Molten Giant, and until our hero takes some damage, that's not going to be an option. So he's given this totem that's been up there forever some damage now. There's the ability that I was waiting for. He can... Man, we might as well go ahead and do that. Go ahead and do 8 more damage to him. But I don't want to get in a position with... I don't have any cards really before we draw next turn. I don't feel good about. So we're going to go ahead and trade. Wipe the board clean. We've got our weapon. We can do 6 damage. If he puts something out with charge, he can hit us. If it doesn't have charge, we're probably able to take it out. So he didn't get his taunt totem. So now anything he plays is vulnerable to our weapon if we so choose. If we do the weapon, this weapon now has 6 attack. What is he doing? That would be 10 attack.
For Hellscream! Rustar Ogre!
I mean, he's obviously, he's in a position of strength in terms of the number of cards he has in his hand. But he's got to do it now, because if he doesn't get a taunt out there, then we win this next turn. I'm assuming he has something to deal with this card, some kind of spell or a taunt card or something.
Your magic shall not save you.
It doesn't help. He's got 1 mana left. I mean, that's going to be... Okay. There it is. So now he can take out the threat. So he's got a 6/3. I will just go ahead and do this just to... He's in a race against the clock here. It's not over for sure, because
get behind me.
we just don't have the cards, and he can build up a big board presence here with all of his cards and mana. And with that taunt he has out now, we'll have to attack that first. But until we take some damage, we're not going to be able to play Molten Giant. So we're going to have to get some good cards drawn to us. Or he's just going to have a full board of minions and we're going to maybe not be able to come back to it. So now it only costs 17 mana to get Molten Giant up. So if we do this now, it'll be a 3/2, which we could take out the taunt. Which is always a good thing. We'll be able to do a lot of damage to us here with his 6 still up and whatever else he plays on top of us. If he could give that Wind Fury now, it would probably be a good time to do it. He could then hit us for 12. That was kind of a waste, but he still has 5 mana. Uh-oh. I hate to tell you, buddy.
Well played.
That's it. So, I guess the lesson here is don't play too slow. And also, a warrior deck that's aggressive with a lot of small minions early on can be annoying to deal with if you don't have the cards. And I don't know what his card selection was, but it just seemed like he was really holding back, and if he was, he held back too long. But all right, well, there's another some more footage of some Hearthstone play and constructed warrior deck. If you're interested, leave comments on the video, and I'm certainly willing to play with this deck some more, or maybe even just do a video and show what I've put in this deck. I'm not sure that it's a great deck. It's just sort of a first attempt at a warrior deck with Murlocs that have abilities kind of centered around getting minions on the board and trying to overwhelm, especially early to mid game. But thanks for watching.
Bye bye, Nods.